The CIF football playoffs. There's nothing like it. Loud bands and crazy fans watching the best the Southland has to offer. The southeast area of Los Angeles has the hottest group of teams in the CIF Southern section. Within a 5 to 6 mile radius of each other, 10 teams will head to the semifinals this weekend. In alphanumeric order, here they are: Artesia, Bell Gardens, Cerritos, Lucerna, Mayfair, Santa Fe, St. John Bosco, St. Pius, Warren, and Western are all vying for a spot in the CIF Championships next week. Let's head to Artesia, where we talk to head coach Connor Crook and some of his players about the upcoming game and the drastic turnaround for the Pioneers this season. All right, Julius, you guys coming to Artesia, man. You guys got a semifinal appearance coming up. I got to tell you, a team that came off one win last year, did you anticipate being in the semifinals?
No, not at all, actually. I was, because, we've been switching coaches and all that. Everything's been going around, and nobody thought we'd be a team that we are now. And I'm really proud of the guys for coming on and doing, what we do. We worked really hard over the offseason. No matter what happened in the past, we put it all behind us, and we just kept going forward. And that's what made us the team we are now.
I'm surprised how... I'm not very surprised, but I knew the work we'll put in this past summer. I knew we were gonna be this good. At least like how much we're doing in the weight room, on the field, the coaching staff for sure.
Right.
A big part of our game, and just the communication, the bond we all build.
Right. So let's talk about last week's Santa Rosa. I heard it was a long bus ride, and I heard it was very cold, and the fans were right on top of you guys.
Yes.
What's going on? Tell me about that trip and everything.
So the bus ride was supposed to be only about 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours 15, but it was like more like 3.5 hours. We kept checking the time, said, we'll be there in an hour. 30 minutes later, it said we'll be there in an hour still. So traffic really hit us. It was really cold out there. My toes and fingers were really cold especially. So just trying to stay warm whenever I wasn't in. And then, the fans, there weren't really any bleachers, so they were right behind us. We could hear everything. So,
Coaching you up too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, let's talk about last week's game with Santa Rosa. That was a weird deal, right? A 4-hour bus ride, and there was no stands. People were in a circle around the football field. Totally Midwestern, man. That must have been cool, though.
It was challenging, not gonna lie. The bus ride over there, mentality, I felt like most of the people didn't go down. Even if it was a long bus ride, most of us were still up. We're still in the game since the beginning of the half. I feel like we controlled the game most of it. Defensive, offensive-wise. Mm-hmm. I would say so. And then for the weather over there, cold.
It's freezing, huh?
Cold. But,
Everybody mentioned that so far about how cold it was up there. Coach too.
But other than that, I would say, we controlled most of the game. We handled it pretty well. The bus ride, the celebration back home on the bus ride was beautiful.
Wasn't that cold, was it, on the way back? It never is.
It was a good memory.
Yeah.
Going 4 hours over there, 4 hours back, celebrating, winning, going on to the semis, possibly going to the finals. I'll say it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. We took off before 2, and then we got there at 5. So it was a long bus ride for our guys. But they took it well. I was worried about that at first, but they were pretty loose coming off the bus. They were ready to roll as soon as we got there. And it was cold. Yeah, some of those guys, I don't think they've been in that kind of temperature before, some of our players.
Yeah, some guys said they're getting frostbite,
yeah,
man.
So they were talking about how cold it was, but it didn't matter, right? They played hard, and then we came out with the win still.
The adrenaline warms them up a little bit at that point, man, once you step on that field, Coach.
No, definitely.
Now, this week you got Bell Gardens. What can you tell us about them?
They're going to be tough. They're well coached. They got some size, too, on them. Up front, they got some big kids that are pretty athletic. And that can cause some problems always, and you could just tell that they're coached well with how they line up and how they do things. They do a few things really well. It's going to be our job to stop that.
Best part of this trip is what? The 20-minute bus ride?
Yes, definitely. I just got to go up to 6:05, and we're there this week.
And it'll probably be 60 at kickoff or 65 about that. So you'll be fine.
It won't be as cold this time for sure.
So Bell Gardens, we know they are a solid team. I mean, they've made it this far, so they've got to be a solid team. We know they got a couple players, but this is nothing new. We've always faced better teams, harder teams, and we're going to prepare for them like we do for any other team.
All right, you got Bell Gardens this week. There will be no 4-hour bus ride. You're going to go play in the neighborhood this week. You're going to go across town. What do you know about Bell Gardens?
Not too much, but they're a similar team to us when it comes to their offense. We know their offense is pretty similar to us, so we should be a bit more familiar with when it comes to game planning, a defense against that, and we're looking forward to it, playing a team like us.
You're looking forward to it because that's the only way you can get to the finals.
Right.
Yeah. This week will be a challenge for you. I'm pretty sure you're glad you don't have to go too far, though.
Nope, I'm pretty happy about that. And if we win, we got it here. Final at home. Beautiful thing.
The CIF Southern Section Division 14 Semi-Finals, Artesia at Bell Gardens. That's this Friday. Kickoff, 7 p.m. For Prep Sports America, I'm Rich Estrella.